Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Hamza. We out here. You see the video topic, yeah? See, this topic is really important to me. It's something I've dealt with my entire life, and up until recently did I start seeing major changes. I know what it's like to have poor mental health, and I know how debilitating that is. I also know that more men today are dealing with this than ever beforehand. Since the beginning of time, more men have poor mental health than ever before. Yet it's something that's not talked about, right? That's why I made this channel. This channel is for those men, young boys, adults, whatever the case is, who have poor mental health, who want to change their lives around, right? Who want to change their lives to stop having these negative ass thoughts and turn them to something positive, right? This is not just somebody who's talking about it who's never had mental health issues. This is somebody who has had extreme mental health issues, but I've changed it. I want to share that with you guys today. So without further ado, here it is. 4 things that I did to change my mental health. Number 1, the first thing you need to do, and that I did, was I needed to identify the problem. See, the reason why you have poor mental health is for 2 main reasons. Number 1, you're either doing something you know you shouldn't be doing, or 2, you're not doing something that you know you should be doing. I'm going to say that again. You're either doing something that you know you shouldn't be doing, or 2, you're not doing something that you know you should be doing. So, in terms of mental health, one of the biggest reasons why men deal with mental health nowadays is because of lack of companionship. More men today are more lonely and without women and sexless than ever beforehand. And that fucks with your head. You see that? As men, we do this, we work our ass off, we put our lives online, we do everything, all because at the end of the day we want a woman or women or whatever the case is, someone as a companion. By not getting that, men are going angry, men are getting depressed, men are killing, right? School shootings, this is really sad shit, right? All because of mental health. So number 1, identify what it is you're doing you shouldn't be doing, and things that you are doing or things that you're not doing that you know you should be doing. Things that you're doing that you shouldn't be doing, for example, are degenerate activities. Instant gratification. You're on Tinder, but you know you shouldn't be on Tinder because you should be focusing, right? You're going out to bars and clubs trying to get a girlfriend from these non-quality girls. You know you shouldn't be doing it, but you're doing it anyway. You're jacking off to porn to get this instant gratification rather than trying to get a girl or talk to a girl because you think this is the easier way and you'd rather just jack off than not do anything, right? You're comparing yourself to these porn videos. You're fucking not working hard enough when you should know you should be, right? You're just taking it easy. There's so many things. Oh, I got a good one. Let's say you're in a relationship, right? You're in a relationship, you have a girlfriend, but she doesn't care about you. She doesn't value you. She doesn't respect you. But you're still in that relationship. You know why? Because you're afraid to let her go and to give up that guaranteed pussy, right? That guaranteed sex that you have with her, because you're afraid of putting yourself out there again. But you know she doesn't bring you anything. She doesn't make you feel good. Even sex after a while becomes it's just an activity. It doesn't even make you feel good. But because you're so scared and you're so afraid of being lonely, you're still in this relationship, but you know you shouldn't be. What about the things you know you should be doing that you're not doing? You know you should be working out, but instead of working out, you're so embarrassed to put yourself out there in the gym because you're so overweight. Let's say, right? You're so overweight, you're so embarrassed, you don't even start. What about meditating? You've heard that meditating is good for you. You know you should be meditating, but every time you try, you just get bored and you just say, what's the point? And you give up. You know you should be reading, right? Expanding your mindset, but you're not because you think it's a waste of time. And you say, hey, maybe I'll watch this or I'll watch Netflix. How many things are you doing or you're not doing that you know you should be doing? And how many things are you doing that you know you shouldn't be doing? How many people are you giving your time and energy to that don't give a fuck, right? And take advantage of you? How are you going to feel good with your mental health when people are just taking and taking and taking, and you're giving and giving and giving, and the person you should be giving to is yourself, but you're not, right? Because you have poor mental health. How long are you going to continue to let that happen? You need to ask yourself that. You need to identify the fucking problem and don't lie to yourself. Know the truth. Understand it. Step 2. Once you have identified the problem, right? You need to learn to accept it, right? Part of accepting something is forgiving yourself, and that's what's overlooked. You see, for myself, I was giving my time and energy to people I shouldn't have been giving time and energy to, and it was zapping me. But I would just do it because, hey, you know what? I'm a good guy, I care. No, fuck that. Fuck that. You see, I'm still a good guy. I still care. But now I know if someone's taking advantage of me or they're not taking advantage of me. If I do something, I go out of my way for somebody, I understand that, hey, you know what? They might not give that back to me. But I have to be okay with that, right? I need to be okay. I was messing with the girl that I knew I shouldn't have been messing with. All because of instant gratification, right? This is something that I was dealing with. So I had to let that go. I had to tell myself, look, it's okay. You're going to feel alone. You're going to feel lonely. That's part of the process, right? No pain, no fucking gain. But I also had to learn that, look, part of accepting is loving yourself. As cliche as that sounds, they tell so many women, right? Love yourself, love your curves. How many times have you heard a man tell you, you need to love yourself? Truly. You need to love yourself. You need to understand yourself. You see, you're probably a good fucking guy. You probably have some value to give to the world. But you've let too many people tell you that you're not shit. You let too many people bring your fucking energy down here, right? And you let them. Stop letting them do that. Accept yourself, love yourself. Part of loving yourself is what? You need to meditate. You need to meditate. I'm going to make a video about this, another topic completely separate. But you must meditate. I meditate up to 3 times a day, 20 minutes, 3 times a day. But it's not looked at as meditating anymore. I don't see it as a chore. I see it as almost like replenishing myself, right? I see it as almost like I'm becoming fresh. It's like recharging. That's the difference. You need to meditate. You need to journal, right? They tell us as men, don't talk about your emotions. The truth is, you need to know your emotions. Your emotions will make you powerful. But the difference is, you don't need to talk about with other people about your emotions. And you definitely don't need to talk about your emotions with a girl. But your journal is for you. My journal, I talk about my emotions. I talk about how I'm feeling. And it's for nobody else but for my fucking self. You need to understand, hey, you know what? Maybe I feel like a bitch right now. I say that. Like, hey, I'm feeling like a pussy right now. I should be working out, but I'm not. And then the more I start talking about it with myself, the more I start realizing, hey, dude, I even say it. Dude, you're being a fucking pussy. Just go work out. Stop complaining. So you deal with the emotions in a positive way. You need to journal. And lastly, in terms of accepting yourself, you need to be grateful. Show gratitude, right? At the end of the day, your life is probably not as bad as you think. And my life is not as bad as I think. Because we forget to look at these positive things. No matter how bad your life is, there's probably a kid in Africa who's walking 10 miles every day with a bucket of water on his fucking head to provide for his family. Do you think he would ever see your problems as something bad? He probably would be like, wow, dude, you have girl problems? You have money problems? Like, what? I wish I had that. I'm over here carrying a fucking bucket of water in my head, but I'm still not complaining. I don't even have time to complain. I think about that shit. Like, damn, there's probably some kid in Africa who laughs at my problems. I might be laughing at your problems, but one of you guys is laughing at my problems. Right? But at the end of the day, our problems are unique to us. So no matter what the fuck you're going through, you need to accept it. You need to love yourself. And you have to say, look, maybe it's not so hard for you, but it's hard for me. Right? Accept yourself. Once you learn to accept yourself and you start loving yourself with those tasks, right? Meditating, journaling, being grateful, right? You could do gratitude journaling, right? Once you learn to accept yourself, the third step is you need to put massive action. This is where the discipline, it has to be 10x. This is where it doesn't even fucking matter. See, like for me, if someone was to ask me how good is your discipline, I'd say it's pretty good, right? I try to stay disciplined. But I also know that there's certain things that I become obsessed about. And when I'm obsessed about it, it's not even about discipline anymore. I literally will spend from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep thinking, doing, eating, sleeping, shitting about this fucking thought. So you need to put in so much work, and this is where the David Goggins mentality needs to come into play. You don't have to be like David Goggins, but we all have that in us. Like, we're all thinking we work hard, but you're probably not working hard, right? That's the truth. I might think I work hard, but look, my work ethic is complete shit to somebody like David Goggins. And it's not a negative thought process. And I'm like, oh, okay, I wish I was like David Goggins. Like, no, that's one of my heroes personally, right? And I've always been a fan. I always understood that he always felt like he was a piece of shit. And that's how I felt like. So when he pushed himself to these levels, these extreme physical conditions, and not to say, okay, you don't need to be a Navy SEAL or fail 3 times or run 100 miles in 24 hours like David Goggins, right? But you could say, hey, you know what? I'm probably not pushing myself at the level that I can be. I'm probably not as obsessed as I can be. I'm probably letting my emotions dictate how I feel. I need to stop doing that, right? So whatever your task is, whatever it is you want to change, this is where you put all your time and energy and focus out, and you don't let anything distract you. That's when you're going to start seeing the fucking results. And that's when your mental health is going to start changing too. Right? You accepted the problem. You identify the problem. You accepted the problem. Now you're doing every single thing you can to change that issue or situation, whatever the case is. Number 4. This is something that I started doing recently, and I know for a fact will change your mental health because it's already changing mine to a different level, right? Number 4 is you need to share something with the world. You see, I'm going to give you a personal story real quick. I'm going back on this YouTube thing, right? I've actually wanted to do YouTube since 2001. No, I'm sorry, not since 2001. Since I was 21 years old. I'm sorry. 21 years old, I want to do this shit. I'm 29 now. That's 8 years of wanting to do something. And I know from the bottom of my heart, this is what I wanted to do. And for so long, I was stopping and I was saying, you know what? I'm not where I want to be in life, so I can't really put out content, right? Let's say, for example, if I'm going to show you how to make money and live a successful life and feel good, shouldn't I be the prime example in doing these things, right? Shouldn't I have these cars and this money and maybe these women to show you how to do it? That's how I used to think. And for so many years, that's poor fucking mental health. See, I realize the truth nowadays. And the truth is this. I don't need to be at some highest level to show you how to get there. I can show you, hey, you know what? I'm in the same shitter as you, right? I'm going through my shit just as you are. But I understand what steps it's going to take for me to get out of it. And I want to share that with you guys today. So you see somebody with a live example, right? I don't have all the things figured out, but I want to be vulnerable and show you, hey, this is what I'm going to do. Right? This is what I'm going through. This is what I'm going to do. Watch my progress. Because once I've dealt with this situation and I'm where I want to be, right? I'm going to be saying the same shit I was beforehand. If that's not authenticity, I don't know what is. But for so long, I let that shit stop me, right? For so long, I wasn't posting. But I also realized that, hey, just by making this video, just by putting myself out there, right? I had 3 videos before and I'm back on this YouTube shit. I've become more obsessed with it and understand it more, right? I don't know about all these thumbnails, how to make these fancy ass thumbnails. I don't know about how to edit videos, right? I'm not some professional video editor, right? All I have is my fucking passion, my authenticity, and I talk about my personal experiences. And I invite you to do the same. And I guarantee if you're watching this video, you probably have something you want to share with other men too. In terms of mental health, in terms of whatever the case is, right? Bodybuilding, being good at a certain sport, whatever, right? But you're not doing it. You're not sharing it for whatever reason. You're stopping yourself. Share some value with the world that isn't about just trying to make money. Because don't get me wrong, right? I want to make money from YouTube. That's one of my goals. But that's not my objective right now. My objective is I want to share my personal experiences to help other men with their mental health. As long as I can do that, I can change people's lives. That's all I fucking care about. The money will come when it comes. But until then, that's all my focus is. And I don't care about anything in return. You see, this is selfless, right? Any act, whatever it is, have a selfless act for somebody that you're not trying to get something from. Once you do that and you start sharing, watch how your mental health starts to change. You're going to feel better than you ever have because you realize like, hey, I did something for somebody else I didn't have to do, right? Because I have good intentions. You're providing value for the world and people will see. I don't even care how many times I fucking spit. I just saw the spit right there. So yeah, check these 4 steps out. I'm also going to give you a quote before I end this video. This is a really deep quote. I thought like my mind was blown when I heard this. I have the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I'll say that one more time. I have the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. God damn, that blew my fucking mind. That's the 3 piece right there. 1, 2, 3, boom. Right? That's what you want to be like. And that's what happens when you have good mental health. You'll understand that. So I hope this video kind of helped you out, right? I'm going to be making many more videos. I hope this content, this information you found useful, and you want to come along this journey into improving your fucking mental health. Like, comment, subscribe, ask a question, whatever topic you want next. Holla back at your boy. I'm out.